Hi there, welcome to Man Speak. I want to start this conversation inside you and not outside. Because manipulation does not get beaten by being sharper or louder or quicker on your feet. Manipulation gets beaten when it has nothing to attach to. And that has far more to do with who you are internally than with what somebody else is doing. Before we even talk about spotting manipulation, we need to talk about the qualities that allow a person to withstand manipulation without turning every interaction into a battlefield. Not warfare, it's not war of words, it's actually just steadiness. That is the quality that you have to have. And the first part of this steadiness is self-trust. It's not bravado or arrogance, okay? It's just a quiet knowing that if something inside you tightens or it hesitates or it feels off, that signal matters. Self-trust is the confidence to pause. It's the confidence not to rush or to say, I need time, I need a moment. Manipulation struggles when you do not override yourself. And that's what we want. We want manipulation to struggle. We don't want manipulation to get a hold on you, to attach to you. The second part of the steadiness is a moral clarity, and this one is big. Moral clarity means you know when your intent is clean. You know where your line is. You know right from wrong without having to justify it to yourself or to explain it to anybody else. When that is solid, that moral thing is solid, guilt tactics will lose their grip. A bit of pressure here and there, a hint of moral superiority there, it just does not land the same way. You do not argue, you simply do not move. You are like the Rock of Gibraltar. And then there is a boundary certainty. Now, this is not aggressive boundaries. It's not dramatic. It's quiet boundaries. Boundary certainty does not over-explain. It does not negotiate its own limits. A boundary certainty sounds something like this. That doesn't work for me. And then it stops. And please always note how you say something. Manipulation relies on hesitation. When there is no hesitation, there's nothing to work with. Very little to none. Another important one is emotional self-ownership. Let me explain what I mean by that. This is where a lot of capable, intelligent people get tripped up. Emotional self-ownership means you are responsible for your emotions, and other adults are responsible for their emotions. You can be kind without feeling that you have to rescue. You can be calm without managing somebody else's reaction. Manipulation thrives when you feel responsible for keeping everyone comfortable. When that belief that you are so responsible, when that drops away, the pressure drops away too. And then lastly, there's this non-reactivity. I love this. This is not weakness. This is regulation, self-regulation. Non-reactivity means you do not meet emotional force with emotional force. You do not defend yourself against accusations that just don't fit. You don't rush to respond. Manipulation loves speed. It needs that momentum. So slow things down and manipulation will lose the leverage. Oh, wait, here's another one. Another quiet strength is identity stability. When you know who you are and what you stand for, and that your worth is not up for debate, you're solid in your worth, identity-based manipulation will never get a hold of you. If someone says, a real man would, a good person would, if you're confident, you would do, whatever the case may be. Those lines only work when your identity is shaky. When your identity is solid, you don't need to push back. You simply stay where you are because you know you're a real man. You know you're a good person. You know you're confident. You don't need to be told then you would or you should. It doesn't fly. And now, finally, really finally, one of the strongest qualities of all, the ability to walk away emotionally without drama. No speeches, no ultimatums, no harsh words, no final words, just the internal ability to disengage. Just disengage. Manipulation will escalate when it senses dependency, and it quiets down when it meets someone who does not need to win or need to convince or need to be approved of. Just disengage. Now, if you are listening to me now and you realize that you have some of these qualities, but you lose it under pressure, that is exactly where coaching makes sense. I offer one-on-one coaching. It usually starts with a 4-session bundle, and that gives us enough time to build your self-trust, your boundary certainty, your emotional regulation, and identity stability properly. So we don't just talk about them, we practically build this for you and we strengthen what you already have. So it's not about clever lines or outmaneuvering people. It's really about becoming solid enough that manipulation simply does not get traction in your life. If that resonates, you can reach me through my website, HeidiMolense.com, and we can take it from there. And if you are finding this helpful, please like and subscribe. It really helps this channel. And please share it with someone you know needs to hear it. So let's ground this for a moment. If you look at how Jesus actually handled pressure, it's very instructive. People tried to trap him constantly. They rushed him. They cornered Jesus. They baited him. They tried to force him to explain himself. And a lot of the time, he just does not take the bait. Sometimes he responds. Sometimes he asks a question back. Sometimes he says very little. And sometimes he walks away. So that's not avoidance, that is discipline. And it reinforces this point very clearly. You are not required to engage in every provocation. You are not required to defend yourself to everyone. You are not weak for choosing restraint. So, your next move this week. I don't want you to go hunting for manipulation, please. Don't scan people or become suspicious. Instead, notice yourself. Notice moments where something shifts inside you. A bit of pressure, a hint of guilt, a sudden urge to explain too much, a sense of urgency maybe that doesn't quite belong. When that happens, do nothing. Just note it quietly to yourself. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What would my automatic reaction have been in the past? What would a grounded response look like instead? No confrontations, no fixing, no changing anyone, just awareness. Because awareness is the first layer of strength. And that's it from me today. Take care. Until next time, tot volgende keer. Mooi bly.